All right, we're live here at Levi Stadium from the field. And there you can see the red paint. We're going to take a lap around the field to see the conditions. It's not raining right now, but as you can tell, it's probably going to be wet. It's been overcast. It's been off and on rain in the Bay Area here ahead of 49ers Packers. So let's start taking our walk here. We're going to start on the Packers sideline, and then we'll move around to the 49ers sideline. But it's been over a year since we've seen the red paint on the end zones, as you can see behind me. That's what they do for the playoffs here at Levi Stadium. Packers sideline is going to be right up here. 49ers sideline is obviously clear under the suites here at Levi Stadium. We're expecting wet weather today, with the heaviest part of the rain probably coming around 5 o'clock, which is right when kickoff is going to be. It's halftime right now of Ravens and Texans, and it's 10-10. Missed field goal from the Texans. Could have been a situation where they had a 13-10 lead, but Kiami Fairbairn missed for the first time in a long time from under 50 yards. I saw Justin Tucker made a field goal to open that game. I heard Houston had a punt return for a touchdown, so the special teams getting to work, and it's much colder over in Baltimore than it is here today. So wanted to give you a little bit of a halftime show from that game and get you ready here for the 49ers. Field looking like it's in good shape. When I get here to the back of the end zone, we could take a look at some of the field conditions at Levi Stadium. They've let some of the suite fans in, the ones in like the club sections and the suites, but they haven't let the general admission area of the stadium in quiet yet. All right, now we're at the end zone, so we could see the field. You could see it nice and red, crisp red paint. This is where my friends Jamie and Jen sit. They've got 4 seats right here. I think they got 44 to 41. They're not here yet. They're gonna have to dry off their seats. I have to send them this. This part of the turf is artificial, and then you got the real grass right here. And you could see the saloon font with the NFC logo. Latest news for the 49ers is that Clelin Ferrell's going to IR, so that makes this even more of a Chase Young showcase game for the 49ers. Ferrell, he wasn't going to play today. We already knew that, but the fact he's on IR means he's done for the season. So, you know, if the 49ers win today, they're going to need Chase Young a lot today, but they're going to need Chase down the stretch, NFC Championship game, potentially the Super Bowl, to replace Clelin Ferrell's ability to set a very, very solid edge against the run. That's one thing that Clelin did so well for the 49ers this year. He wasn't a prolific pass rusher, had a few sacks to his name, but it was mainly Ferrell's ability to set the edge on base downs that was valuable to the 49ers. And San Francisco's been happy about the work that Chase Young has done in that regard, but he's going to have a bigger snap load now. He's going to have to do an even better job of it now since the playoffs and the opposition's better and the intensity's higher. And I think they're going to want a little bit more pass rushing juice than they've gotten from Chase Young so far. So big news for the 49ers. And we have just been notified that Jair Alexander will indeed play for Green Bay today. That is their top cornerback. That was expected, but he was questionable for the Packers with the ankle injury. It's not raining at all right now. You could take a look at the field. The NFC or the NFL divisional round logo on the field. There's Chris Furster, 49ers offensive line coach, getting locked in before the game. 49ers bench. Skycam. Things are going to be floating and giving nice gimbal shots of this football game today here at Levi Stadium. And obviously the red paint in the end zones. It's not very windy down on the field, but you would expect the wind to be a little bit of a factor today. It tends to swirl at Levi Stadium when it does get windy because it will come in through the gap here. As you can see, a plane landing at San Jose Airport. Today, whenever there's a storm, the landing path is inverted. They land over the stadium instead of take off over the stadium. And there obviously is a storm hitting Northern California right now. As you can see, with the way that the plane's landing and with how the clouds look above us. So, continue to give you the sideline tour. You got the NFC divisional round banner. You've got the equipment box. You've got the blue medical tent. They raised this sucker up. Exercise bike. All that good stuff. My prediction today is 49ers 37, Packers 20. On this field 4 years ago, and I think the anniversary might have been yesterday. I think was it January 20th today? It was January 19th, 2020. The 49ers beat the Packers 37-20 in the NFC Championship game. It was one of the greatest performances that you'll see running the football in NFL history. Given the context, NFC Championship game, given the fact the 49ers only had to pass 8 times to make it work, given the fact that they averaged about 7 yards a carry, they sealed that game really, really quickly. They obviously would like to seal this game just as quickly, but it's probably not a likely proposition. I think that the key for the 49ers in this football game is going to be balanced, to establish that run. Earlier I mentioned that George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey could be in line to have big games given where Green Bay's defensive weaknesses are. But I think that the sledgehammer in this game might be Deebo Samuel. I think this might be an old school type of 49ers game where you're really trying to pound the rock, running the football, and be versatile and get Deebo Samuel the ball in space so he could amass some yards after the catch, so he can act like a running back after he catches the ball downfield. Long story short, all the 49ers skill position weapons have a chance to do some damage in this football game. Green Bay is not a good defense, and that's where the 49ers most pronounced advantage in this game lies. They're as healthy as they've ever been. Again, Clelin Ferrell is done for the season, but we weren't expecting Clelin Ferrell to play in this game. He was already ruled out of this one. That's going to be a problem that the 49ers, though, have to continue to deal with if they do win this game. And that makes this a Chase Young showcase on defense, opposite of Nick Bosa. Remember the last time that the 49ers defense played coming off of rest in the playoffs? It was on this field 4 years ago against the Vikings. And the pass rush that week and the week after against the Packers looked absolutely supercharged. I expect more of the same today. Brock Purdy showed up about an hour ago to the stadium wearing cowboy boots, some nice light jeans and cowboy boots. Seems like he's ready to get to work. So we'll see Brock Purdy against Jordan Love today here at Levi's Stadium. Quick last pan over at the field. That's what it looks like. Oh, there's Steve Bono, former 49ers quarterback, making his way down the sideline. All right, this has been your Texans-Ravens halftime show. If you want one more look at the grass, by the way, there it is. I think that the grass in this game, it's too bad I'm not wearing my cowboy boots today. But the footing looks good. I don't know what, if anything, will change. This is some of the best grass in the league. I don't know if anything will change if it starts pouring hard. But right now the footing looks good. It's relatively dry in the air. We expect the rain to come a little bit later. Enjoy the end of this game. Texans, Ravens tied at halftime. 49ers, Packers starting in a couple hours.